Welcome to the deconstruction of Pretty Lonely from Venom in a Picture, sponsored by Sippy Downs Coffee Company. It's a big bag of coffee. This song was my attempt at really trying to make a kind of precise, impactful pop song in line with Bombay Bicycle Club. Who else comes to mind? Maybe the Maccabees. These aren't really like pop acts per se, but they are kind of alt rock, indie rock bands with some pop tendencies that occasionally just take a pretty brazen pop path in their production. And I really wanted to do that in this song. I do remember thinking twice about it and thinking, shouldn't I try and make it sound a bit more trendy, however that might be. But no, it just sounded like it wanted to be just nice and clear and high fidelity. So it took me a really long time to get this song over the line because I started it 10 years ago and I didn't really have the chops to produce it and mix it the way that I wanted to. I could have outsourced it the way that I did with songs like Heat and Kamikaze, where I got like a really good mixing engineer to help me. That was Kenny Takahashi. But no, I really wanted to work on this song myself, so I just had to be patient. I had to keep practicing my production, practicing my mixing, until I finally got to the point where I felt that I could personally be the one to deliver this song in the form that I had in mind. Yeah, so it's like I say, being written 10 years ago, you can maybe hear a bit more of that early 20s kind of like angst in it. The kind of the woeful, emotional, romantic kind of lyrics in there. But the song seems to have stood the test of time in terms of live performance. Whenever I played it, it was generally the song that people commented on at the end of the set, in a positive way. So yeah, it was definitely a prime candidate for featuring on this album on Venom in a Picture. So the main kind of, the initial main element of the song was this little guitar line that comes in from the start of the song, and it's one of my favourite kinds of guitar lines that feel like a not quite a chord progression, but they feel like it's like a finger-picked style of playing, even though it is with a plectrum, but it's actually playing a melody, but the notes are kind of spilling over one another, so it doesn't just jump out like, oh, that is the melody of the song, but it is really in just a melody. Here's one I prepared earlier, so if I just play this synth in mono so that none of the notes kind of overlap, you can hear that there is just a melody being played, which goes something like this. That's the melody running through the song, but yeah, it kind of comes across a little bit differently when played with some kind of bleed and sustain over the acoustic guitar. It was a song that was meant to mix a bit of this kind of like jovial, bouncy, light kind of quality with some kind of melancholy lyricism, and I hope it invokes the general feel of being like 20 and being a sensitive soul in early relationships and that kind of thing. So that's kind of where it's at. The song kind of shifts into this key change for the latter third or so of the song. That's like my favourite part of the song. It's not something I've really done before, and I have this habit where if there's a song I've worked on for a while, I getting towards the second half of the song, I start to kind of want to remix my own song while I'm in the midst of actually mixing it. So that happens on quite a few tracks. As the song goes on, I kind of become the remix artist for the first half of the song. throughout the second. So there's a little bit of that going on there. There's a vocal melody that I tried to use as an alternative chorus. So the vocals that come in at the end of this song, my friend and drummer at the time, Nathan Carroll, suggested that I try and write a different chorus. People liked the chorus, but he said, just play with the phrasing, see if something else comes out. So I did. I really liked this alternative chorus, but it didn't leave the same mark as the first one. So I kept the first one as chorus, and I used this second chorus in the outro. So the vocals you're hearing in the outro are like a pitch shifted version of an alternative chorus. So yeah, waste not, want not. There's always some use for something you've written if it's got legs. It doesn't have to go where you initially planned to put it, I suppose. In terms of kind of arranging this song, so this was one of the songs that I worked on in Manchester. I mean, I'd started it in Australia and kind of really dialed it in and refined it with Chris Rabbits, Sean Rogan, Nathan Carroll and James Davis, and they helped me kind of just cut out some of the boring bits of the song basically, and just make sure I was getting to the point as quickly as possible without rushing at the same time. So that's good. I think there might have been an unnecessary extra minute to this song had they not have helped me kind of refine it. But yeah, it was cool. There's a little guitar riff thing, like an electric guitar riff that comes in, I think after the first chorus. That was written by Sean Rogan. I don't think he even remembers writing it. It was just something that he played when we were messing about, and I'd recorded it on my phone, so I kept it and played it in myself. I don't know if he knows that. Maybe he'll see this and now he knows. But yeah, so that was a song with a very long kind of arc from start to finish, and it wasn't because I was trying to perfect something, because I wasn't. I just knew I didn't have the chops to make it the way I wanted to, but I also knew that I wanted, in this instance, to be the person that saw it through to the end and was more hands-on, rather than saying, I'll give it to a professional. So yeah, that's Pretty Lonely. That's track 8 from Venom in a Picture. So we've got 5 more songs to go through for this album. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know about this song, any of the other songs. Don't forget to check out Sippy Downs Coffee Company. Surprisingly, they are sponsoring these videos, and yeah, really, really good of them. The CEO of that company, just a absolute beast, I'm told. So yes, see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, next track is LA 2000. That's going to be a fun one.